Shalom, Israel. It's that time again. The ISUPK, under Commanding General Yahana, presents the Lord's 57th Annual Passover. That's right, the Lord's 57th Annual Passover, April 4th, 2026, in Houston, Texas. All Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans are commanded to observe the Lord's Passover. This will be the biggest Passover to date. You do not want to miss this. Fresh lamb, fresh wine, and bitter herbs as commanded by the Most High. Only $200 per person, ages 17 and up. The biggest event of the year. There is only one Passover, and it's under Commanding General Yahana. See you there, Israel. Shalom.
Nobody else there to compare to. Train for war, men of war, and warlike apparel. Prefer our leaders, can't get between us. Watch where you stepping.
They killed, give me out 1421. They did the same thing to my people. So you said they put billions of my access. Should a murderer go to jail for murdering? Absolutely. Should a thief go to jail when he did? Absolutely. Should a robber pay back the money he robbed? Absolutely. So why shouldn't the white man pay for what he did? That's right.
One day you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog.
I'm in a hell of a hole, was never expected to grow. Just obstacles set in the road, that a result of me selling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, but yet it's what everyone knows. The white man's the devil is known. America was never our home. Only a place of captivity, safe facility, hating disfigure me. They claim that I'm lazy, be killing me. Maybe this slavery draining my energy. 400 years and counting. The trail of my tears is countless. The fact that I'm here is astounding, but I can't wait till this shit is surrounded. Ready to tangle my king and the angel, be ready to rap. Crack in the sky, nuclear missiles will make it official. I'm capturing every crack and surviving. Put them all in chains where they need to be. Slavery for me. And let the whole world see that with them in the cage and safer in the streets. Put the dog on a leash. Get resolved for the beast. 144, get the ruler show, we could all be at peace. As soon as the trumpets are sound, your kingdom we busting it down. The only way justice is found, the time for your judgment is now.
You'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog.
Look, ain't no remorse in my blood cell. It won't be no compromise. Now it's time to feed the worms. Watch his body turn to flies. I clutch iron while you trust the lies. The next Glock I buy gon' be Gen 5. I get it customized. And sending shots off like farewell. Praying payback come back around like a carousel. Still remember your Honda's words ringing in my head like bells. Said you in his body, you fit the Lord, fuck the cartel. Triangle choke, apply pressure to the game like I did Vondale. Payback's a bitch in a dress, she a bombshell. Revenge is served cold, I just hope they make an oxtail. Glock fresh out the box, I swear it got that new car smell. Made myself a target in a world of mad shooters. There was designed fire for our babies to pass through in the day of our king's reign. I'll be overzealous. They bought my jealous, I bought brand new pair of bells.
One day you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback
give a fuck about what them bitches gotta say. I'm a West nigga till they put me in the grave. I don't give a love fuck about what them niggas gotta say. I'm a West nigga till they put me in the grave. I don't care about what they say. Hey. Fuck with my Akima, fuck with my sisters, then I got a problem, I'm never gonna miss you. I got 100 hanging out the AR, I got a 50 hanging out the pistol. He say it's corner, I'm just being realistic. I be on them corner posted with the realest. If it's the Sabbath, then we going fishing. I'm reeling them in, that's a God-given mission. I'm really on 10, but I'm stamped in the pistol. I get the order, be glad of this mission. Hebrew Academy graduate, nigga. Training, go through the baddest conditions. I'm fuck with none but the baddest of bitches. She righteous, submissive, she glad to be with me. Had that thing Putin like Batman, niggas. She know I'm a prophet, she glad to be listening. Disrespect, I ain't having that shit. Tell her go make some business from scratch. She bitchin' the different breed of black men. We don't do the back bend. I remember back when I was really trapping, trying to get the racks in, selling dope to black men. But now I'm trying to make it straight. Like, get up out my face. We standing up straight, can't fold us. Too heavy, the world won't hold us. Go get you some rank, I told you. Line up in these ranks, we sold you. You can take that to the bank, we focus. How many times must we remind you? One body, one way, some rank. I will never take up as a flex. When the law with you ain't no up next. It's just us, nigga, that's that on that. All that weak shit, that ain't no threat. Say you won't beat, bitch, with that ain't no sweat. We with all that. The Lord called a nigga out the world. I responded and called back. Oh, Lord. And everything that they stole from us, fuck that shit, we won't. On all that, them niggas snitching and they act like bitches. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They killing women and they fuck with sisters. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They telling lies, switching up the doctrine. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They ain't gon' ride until they die, so that's why we unaffiliated with them. Come on the command and general, your honor, we unaffiliated with them. Like they tongue and they say they keep that shit 100, we unaffiliated with them. They telling lies, switching up the doctrine. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They ain't gon' ride until they die, so that's why we unaffiliated with them. That's why we unaffiliated with them. I cannot fuck around with fake niggas. We taking ground when we in your city. You better have the women, have the liquor. Keep that bitch on me, bitch, don't but the same. Don't be a fool and be another victim. Say you a goon, you just another Christian. How you my brother, you ain't in here with me. In the gutter, deep down in the trenches. We with them niggas locked up in the prison. Fucking Hispanic, Native American, Indian. We ain't just talking shit, but we living in it. We be everywhere, you can't miss it. And we be precious hell, take a picture. And we special now with the play, we gon' scream, yeah, we some killers. These niggas trippin', they mind blown. Swear business, forgive me if I'm wrong. I don't get it pause when niggas say that they be looking for niggas to slide on. The slide that I know about is when I send with the gun with the slide for real. I get the order, you know that this slaughter. See me and my niggas gon' die for kill. The bigger the better for kingdom of heaven. You niggas get wet up by me cause I'm fed up. I rep UPK. My niggas won't let up. Got choppers, got nines, AKs, Berettas. You say you don't like me, you say you won't fight with me and my nigga like bitch or whatever. You say you don't like me, you say you won't fight with me and my nigga like. My nigga like them niggas snitching and they act like bitches. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They killing women and they fuck with sisters. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They telling lies, switching up the doctrine. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They ain't gon' ride until they die, so that's why we unaffiliated with them. Come on the command and general, your honor, we unaffiliated with them. Like they tongue and they say they keep that shit 100, we unaffiliated with them. They telling lies, switching up the doctrine. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They ain't gon' ride until they die, so that's why we unaffiliated with them. Yeah. See, they always ask us like, why y'all fuck with such and such? Why y'all won't come together with such and such? I be like, we unaffiliated with them. Understand me? Like, niggas be out here on some weirdo shit. And to be honest, that's why we unaffiliated with them. Hey. That's why we unaffiliated with them. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. Cold shit. I ain't come with goons, but I'm well connected. Walk in the room, it's pop, 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 like you got rejected. Let me see if you qualify or not. Spinning up in a tinted truck, riding around your block. Busy man. I get a word, yeah, this shit from top to bottom like a motherfucking ceiling fan. Hopping out the rental van, on my way to LA. Brothers out in Cali and they killers out of every set. But I ain't tripping on no blood. One West, all my niggas got it out the mud. Put your face on a t-shirt, memory of niggas acting tough in them songs, that's the drugs. I don't need no cases, all my pistols clean. So now I weigh my options. Used to use the triple beam. Used to get the wop, mix it with the nicotine. Now I travel state to state and put on for my team.
The fuck wrong with them? Ain't on my level, I should let my dog get them. I see niggas and they feelings all feel them. Keep the Glockin' with me, it was like a ball with it. Be at the end, I gotta stay patient. They hate me, Lord, I gotta stay dangerous. You one of them? Yeah. What's the problem? I'm one west, go to war with everybody. Cut the grass for the snake, fuck the gospel. Front line with them soldiers, that's my posture. Gun drawn, trying to curse an imposter. Shit get out the pocket, go to war with everybody, yeah. Shit that hate, make it to the featherweight. Niggas claim they hard, but they sweeter than a dedication. Hold on, think it's time to introduce. I'm a man and a beast and a stepper and a roller. Hold on, and a G and a soldier and a mover. Hold on, and a killer and a prophet and a shooter, nigga. Trying to stay humble, my shit crazy. Cult leader, need the blue stripes, no brick baby. Can't be serious, you a funny boy, young fly. Look wrong, must be a dummy, I ain't gun shy. Fuck that little bitch, she a hook. Nigga swear he the go, bring him to the bush, to the bush. The fuck wrong with him? Ain't on my level, I should let my dog get him. Niggas in their feelings, I don't feel them. Keep the Glockin' with me, it was like a ball with it. Be at the end, gotta stay patient. They hate me, Lord, I gotta stay patient. You one of them? What's the problem? I'm one west, go to war with everybody.
I'm from Philly, you get hot, you catch a cold case. I'm one west, these brothers trying to set my soul straight. They done turned me to a prophet from a demon, and I'm locked in this shit and I ain't leaving. Never. Ski mask transform the war mode like I'm Voltron. Stamp on my head and my chest from the most high. Put something tight around your neck like a bow tie. Got my niggas waiting charged up like they phone died.
Red letter, drip clean, it looks so fly. Claim he riding, that's why I left his ass roadside. He gon' die. Skyscraper to a nosedive. 9mm plus P, fuck a 4-5. The fuck wrong with him? Ain't on my level, I should let my dog get him. I see niggas and they feelings all feel them. Keep the Glockin' with me, it was like a ball with it. Be at the end, I gotta stay patient. They hate me, Lord, I gotta stay dangerous. You one of them? Yeah. What's the problem? I'm one west, go to war with everybody.
Oh, so Lucky, the mic wasn't on. It's Lucky. Let me start that over again. This the ISUPK started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander Junior Hunter. This is the Nashville, Tennessee School. I'm Officer Parat Gabar, and this is the Tuesday night Brotherhood class. You know what I'm saying? At the Nashville School, we're 1911 Dr. D.B. Todd Boulevard, upstairs from the barbershop, right behind Ed's Fish. If you know the location, you know what I'm saying, you can swing by anytime, any day from 7 to 9 p.m. You know what I'm saying, and get this truth according to the Bible. Nothing that I'm gonna say is made up. I didn't write none of this that's in this Bible. You know what I'm saying? The ISUPK teaches the right breakdowns and how to live according to the law. You know what I'm saying? How to love the Lord according to this book, according to the Bible. You know what I'm saying? One thing that the Christian church has done and how they've destroyed our communities is teaching this false narrative that God loves everybody. You know what I'm saying? That God loves everybody. You know what I'm saying? That he loves the sinner but hates the sin. You know what I'm saying? That we need to turn the other cheek to anybody that tries to hurt us or forcefully take anything or done this wrong. If they raped our children, you know what I'm saying? Or our women or our men for that sense, you know what I'm saying? Because like you seen what happened to Terry Crews. You know what I'm saying? Terry Crews, he's a big buff dude. You know what I'm saying? He's a Christian. You know what I'm saying? He's been in the church all his life. But what did the church teach him to do? Put his guard down, to be passive. You know what I'm saying? To love his oppressor. You know what I'm saying? Love the one that's trying to grape him or SA him. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing that the Christian church, how it was put up on us, was to put another yoke around our necks. The yoke wasn't made of iron. When we was in chattel slavery, they made iron yokes that kept us in check. You know what I'm saying? That they would pull like leashes on dogs to keep us in control. You know what I'm saying? And if we try to lash out or speak out against these things, you know what I'm saying, they'd make it examples of us, which they still do the same thing today. You know what I'm saying? They still make examples out of our rich. Whoever the high-paid slave that you want to say, whoever you want to do, any sports, any movies, any basketball, football, soccer, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? They have made our people slaves. You know what I'm saying? We still have that rope, that yoke. You know what I'm saying? They took that yoke of iron, gave us Christianity, then put that yoke around our minds. You know what I'm saying? We have spiritual yokes. You know what I'm saying? We're celebrating everything that the oppressor wants to celebrate. If they tell us, like on the third Sunday, we got to jump on one foot and bark like a dog. You know what I'm saying? Bet you bottom dollar that Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans would hop on one leg on every third Sunday and bark like a dog because of that yoke around our minds. You know what I'm saying? That spiritual yoke that we have around our souls. You know what I'm saying? The control mechanisms. You know what I'm saying? So that takes me to my first verse, which is Exodus chapter 1, verse 10, just to lay a basis, a premise. You know what I'm saying? So this is the book of Exodus, chapter 1, verse 10. Hold on, Salaki. I'm going to start back at verse 8. Going back to verse 8. You know what I'm saying? Exodus chapter 1, verse 8. Now there rose up a new king over Egypt, which now this is still Egypt. This is spiritually Egypt. You know what I'm saying? The same slaveries that we had to face in Egypt is the same slaveries that we had to face here in America. General Hyman just broke it down. I forget which class when he broke it down that the slaves in Egypt had to pay a 20% tax in, you know what I'm saying, to Pharaoh. You know what I'm saying? They had to pay a wage. And that's the same thing that you doing today. You know what I'm saying? That's the correlation of it. Let's keep going. Now there arose a new king over Egypt, which knew not Joseph. Verse 9. And he said unto his people, behold, the people of children of Israel are more and mightier than we. You know what I'm saying? And we can look at anything, any aspect in life, you know what I'm saying, when it becomes between us and our oppressor. It doesn't matter if it's East Indian, West Indian, and not West Indian, but Moab, the Chinese, Japanese, we are more and mightier than all of them. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans said that we would be numbered as the sands of the seas. You know what I'm saying? And the culture that we are capable of having. We create culture out of the bottoms, out of the dirt, out of the sewage, and we're so elegant in that life that everybody wants to pick up on. Even though that we're in our hardest hardships, you know what I'm saying, we put a smile on our face, and our Hispanic brothers go out there and have the worst jobs, get paid the least. They're out in the fields picking fruits and vegetables, and out there selling fruit baskets, flowers on the side of the road. We're the first high, last five. You got ICE chasing them around, deporting them back to their countries, or even if they're even making it to those countries. Some of these children are off in these cages, you know what I'm saying? Off in these cages with little tinfoil blankets that don't ever get to see their parents again. You know what I'm saying? They're flying them out in these planes, and they said they were sending them back to Venezuela or Guatemala, but they end up in El Salvador at some supermax prison for another American corporate company can tax and make money out over in some other land. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep reading. Verse 10. Come, let us deal wisely with them, lest they multiply, and it comes to pass that when there falleth any war, they join also unto our enemies and fight against us. So get them up out of the land. And that's what we're seeing right now. You know what I'm saying? They're dealing wisely with us. They've dealt wisely with us. When they came to Central and South America, they brought Catholicism. You know what I'm saying? When they brought the Negro over here, the so-called Negro over here on them chains off them boots, what they do? They put one special Negro, you know what I'm saying? Let me paint this picture. They put one special Negro, the head spokesman, you know what I'm saying, gave him a Bible with all these verses out, and they told him to teach this sermon, teach that sermon. Slaves, be obedient to your masters. You know what I'm saying? All these scriptures that benefited them psychologically. You know what I'm saying? Because they think if we follow their God, or if we follow the God that we're being taught, that we'll be saved one day. That whenever we die, we'll go to heaven and we'll get to be hand in hand with God, or sitting with Jesus, sweet Jesus. When they was conditioning us the whole time to be what's the word I'm looking for? To be subservient slaves. You know what I'm saying? But at first they used to cut our foot off. They'd castrate us, cut our tongues out. You know what I'm saying? They would break us in front of all of the other slaves. But then they turn around and teach us Christianity. They tell us love thy neighbor as thyself. But then they hanging us up in the trees. They sicken the dogs on us. They're branding us like we're cattle, like we're some horse or something. But then they turn around and say, yeah, it's just a bunch of BS that's been going on for time after time, century after century. You know what I'm saying? And that Black people are still ignorantly praying to a God that won't hear them, because the reason that they don't keep God's commandments. They haven't heard the truth. Well, ISUPK has been around since 1969, and I know for a fact that they heard the truth. They've heard some some form of fashion, they seen a flyer or somebody done invited, excuse me, invite them into a class of some setting. You know what I'm saying? Come watch this YouTube video. You know what I'm saying? They seen us downtown, the crazy niggas, you know what I'm saying, that's screaming about the Bible and that the white man's the devil that the Bible speaks of. But then they still stuck in Stockholm syndrome and keep the same traditions that was beaten into them from their great grandfather's time, great grandmother's time. You know what I'm saying? And that love for the so-called oppressor is what caused the hatred for themselves. They're not trying to fit in with themselves. They're trying to fit in with the oppressor. It doesn't even matter if it's a rich oppressor. You know what I'm saying? As long as that a so-called black man gets some money and move into a suburban neighborhood with some poor white folks, they think they made it because they choose not to love their neighbor. The true definition of a neighbor, according to the Bible, which is a fellow brother, a black, Hispanic, or a Native American. That's who your neighbor is. That's who your brother is. You know what I'm saying? And Christianity has tore down everything that the Lord set up for us. You know what I'm saying? Whenever we was trying to separate from this nation, whenever we was set free or let loose into the wild, as I say, into the wilderness, because we was never set free. All they did was take the chains off. We're like free roaming, free range chicken. You know what I'm saying? There's no cage. You don't gotta sit back to back, 6 in a room anymore. Now, because you have options, and options can be your worstest nightmare. Especially if you don't have the discipline in your mind, and you know what I'm saying, to do the right things, to make the right choices. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm glad that the ISUPK is here now, because they offer a safe haven. They offer, you know what I'm saying, education. They offer self-defense classes. They offer, excuse me, let me correct myself on that. They offer Hebrew Academy to brothers that want to join. You know what I'm saying? That want to come within the ranks and work your way up from a young man to a trooper to an officer, and have that opportunity to be a part of the Lord's army, where you will find brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? Because the streets are dead. F the streets. You know what I'm saying? Since everybody's saying it, I might as well join along with the bandwagon. Because I used to be a part of the streets. I used to be a part of the disappointment, a part of the destruction of my community. You know what I'm saying? A part of the reason why most people of my own people used to clutch their purse or switch over to the other side of the road, or be disgraced that we YN way before YN became a term. Now, way before. There's nothing new on the sun. It just regurgitates. It put a new wait 10 years, put a new label on it, then feed it back to the people. They're choosing to deal wisely with us. So I bet you the first person to say YN was a WN. You know what I'm saying? It was a white person. All these young with the E-herb running around here. We got to do something with them. All right. But let's see. But we're going to see what real brotherhood is. Not according to the streets, not according to the pastors. You know what I'm saying? Because in the streets, they do the same thing in the church, because the streets is a reflection of the church. You know what I'm saying? The streets is like the rated R or the rated NC-17 of the church. The church is a cleaned up version where you put a suit on and get your hair cut lined up and edged up. Your wife get your hair done, all smelling with perfume, with a bust out, so the reverend or the pastor or the deacon or brother James over here can see all her goods. You know what I'm saying? It's a showcase where it's filled with lust, envy, you know what I'm saying, hatred, everything inside the church that you go through, no matter what you want to do. They done dealt wisely with us. You're trying to get fed spiritually, you go to the church, you know what I'm saying? There's nothing but wolves in there, dressed up as sheep, old pimps and ex-prostitutes, everybody who trying to claim to get their life right. Just came from the club or took a Plan B pill because they slept with some random rando, and now they guilt want to take them to where the Lord's supposed to be to cleanse themselves, to change. But you can't change where it's full of filth. You know what I'm saying? It's filthy in them churches. All they do is sweep it up under the rug. They hide it in the walls. You know what I'm saying? If you bring one of them UV lights and spread it on, show it on the wall, it's gonna be filth. It's gonna be oozing with bacteria, with sins. You know what I'm saying? Just breathing out of the walls. So we're gonna switch to Proverbs chapter 17 and 17. The book of Proverbs 17 and 17. Shalaki. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 17, verse 17. A friend loveth at all times. Let me say that again. You know what I'm saying? A friend loveth at all times. You know what I'm saying? I know we heard of the term fair weather friend. You know what I'm saying? The Christian church and the streets are all of fair weather friends. They're only friends if they feel that they can get something from it. You know what I'm saying? And we all see that it's true. We got fair weather family. We got fair weather friends. We got that part-time shoulder to cry on, that only come around when they feel bad and they need to be lifted up by somebody. You know what I'm saying? I call them, I can't say we, but I call those people vampires because they come and suck the energy out of you. You know what I'm saying? Whatever good you got going on, you know what I'm saying? They'll come and just drain all your energy to make them feel good. Then once they feel good, they leave you. They throw you away. A friend loveth at all times, and a brother is born for adversity. You know what I'm saying? And that's one thing that the ISUBK is known for, is being a brother during adversity. You know what I'm saying? Coming from the generals, the captains, the officers, you know what I'm saying, the troopers, you know what I'm saying? You're not by yourself in this truth. You know what I'm saying? You're not by yourself in this world. So whatever you're going through in this world, just find out. You go to your camp leader. If you can't go, if you know a captain or somebody, go to that person, get counsel. You know what I'm saying? Because while you're going through adversity, if you're doing it by yourself, the fight is 10 times harder. I know this from experience. Dead experience. You know what I'm saying? Because I thought I let demons get in the way of my thinking, of my rational thought, and it pushed me away from brothers. It pushed me in a place of a sunken place. And it was hard to climb up out of that hole. So a friend loves us at all times. You know what I'm saying? There's not no punch clock. You don't punch in and punch out. Your real friend's gonna be there at 4 o'clock in the morning, at 3 o'clock in the morning. You know what I'm saying? The ass crack of dawn. Whatever time that you need to pick up the phone and call somebody and talk to them and share with them. You know what I'm saying? To share your griefs, to share your arts. Without wanting clocking in whenever you call. Oh, let me push this clock. Oh, this nigga owe me. Or this sister owe me. You know what I'm saying? We ain't taking tabs. You're not supposed to take tabs. You're supposed to do everything from your heart that you mean it. This is my brother in need right here. And of course, everything that goes around is going to come around, because one day I might be that brother in need, or you might be that brother in need, or the sister such and such down the street. Might be that sister in need that went to this Christian church. I'm gonna tell you a little story. You know what I'm saying? This sister that we went and helped out in Clarksville. You know what I'm saying? She didn't have no food, no water, no cooking utensils, no pots, no pans. We had to go get all that for her. You know what I'm saying? And she told us a story about her being in the Christian church, the church that she's at right now. She was there for 9 years. 9 years. Going to this church, paying tithes every Sunday. She's helping in the church with the kids, you know what I'm saying? Getting the kids together, doing the Sunday services and for the kids, for the youth ministry and all this and that. She ended up having to have 2 double knee replacements last year. Guess where the church at? Nowhere to be found. After 9 years of service, of working in the church, not just being a member in the church or coming to the church, but you're actually working in the church, for the church. And when your hard times come upon you, they just disappear. No help, no nothing, no come by check, are you okay, sister such and such? You know what I'm saying? See if she got some clothes or some food, water. Is she alive? None of that. Just gone. But somehow a trooper in the school in another city gave her our phone number, who came and showed up, the ISUPK, under Commander General Yohana, because brotherhood is a weapon, sisterhood is a weapon, and you have to use it. One thing that I always say, if you don't use a weapon, it'll rust. And if it's rusted, it's done for. You know how much more work to maintain a weapon after it rusts instead of maintaining the weapon in its natural state? It's way less hard. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna start over again. Proverbs chapter 17, verse 17. A friend loveth at all times, and a brother is born for adversity. You know what I'm saying? Slacky. And a brother is born for adversity. So basically, we are born for this. You know what I'm saying? But one thing that the Christian church, white supremacy, you know what I'm saying, and brothers and sisters being in the Stockholm syndrome and not being able to recognize the sickness that's on their own head, you know what I'm saying, they're stuck in this loop. You know what I'm saying? It's like a broken record. You know what I'm saying? It's broken record for the hope that things to get better. You know what I'm saying? They want to keep playing this lottery with the Christian church, you know what I'm saying, and thinking that they're going to win their way out of poverty, that they're going to win their way out of police brutality, when they're going to win their way out of this gang violence. That Lord just going to one day, oh yeah, I'll bless you today, even though that you don't listen to me, you don't follow none of my laws. You know what I'm saying? You mocking my son every December 25th with this fat oppressor breaking into your house every year, lying to your kids. Where's the love when you lie to your kids? What kind of love is that? Or is it okay when you can pay them off? Everybody got to get a payoff. Hold on. Hold on a second. Let's go to Matthew chapter 22 and verse 23. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a real coward's way. It just, to me, you know what I'm saying? I say it's cowardly because you can't tell your kids the truth. You'll try to keep a condition. Keep a lie alive by just giving them, paying them giving them toys, treats. You know what I'm saying? This what's the word? This tradition alive of this fat white man coming down the chimney, spreading gifts of glee. You know what I'm saying? Then now you got to leave this bastard some cookies out. You know what I'm saying? Your kids gonna put cookies out for this bastard, but they won't put cookies out for you. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to give God the glory for anything, but you want to give everything from all the goodness of the year to this white man in a suit that got 7 reindeer that just so slide down the chimney. This make-believe character. It just doesn't make sense because it's built up on lies and there's no strength to it. You can't take it to the bank. You can't get a loan from it. You know what I'm saying? And what if you ain't got the money that year? Your kid's going to look at you like you're a liar, like you're the worst wretch. I don't even like using that word. The deadbeat mom, dad, or whatever. Then they got to go to school and look at all these other kids with toys and clothes and stuff. But what if you just told them that Christmas isn't real from the jump? Whatever lies that your parents told you, whatever traditions of man that you celebrated as a child, don't celebrate them no more. Because once you grow up, you know there ain't no tooth fairy, there ain't no Santa Claus, you know there ain't no Valentine's. You find out that rabbits don't lay eggs. You find out that pimps still wear suits. You know what I'm saying? Pimps still wear suits. They in your churches. They raping your grandmama pockets right now as we speak. They raping your pockets right now as we speak. Our peoples, not necessarily the people that's watching us right now, but your people. And if they taking your people's pockets, then they taking the Lord's money. They taking the Lord's children. They're sending them out to the slaughter. And I have a problem with that. But anyway, let's go ahead and hit Matthew chapter 22. St. Matthew's chapter 22. We're going to go to chapter 22, verse 35. And we're going to read 35 through 40. And we're going to show that the Christian church or the streets don't have brotherhood in it whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? Whatsoever. They got that fair weather love, like I said earlier. They waiting for a rapture. You know what I'm saying? They waiting for a sexual emotion and thinking that's of the Lord. Here go 22 verse 35. This is the book of St. Matthew, chapter 22, verse 35. Then one of them, which was a lawyer, asked of him a question, tempting him, and saying, and it's just, and that's funny that it's a lawyer tempting, because what do lawyers do nowadays? They try to catch you up in your words. You know what I'm saying? They still using deceit. You know what I'm saying? They trade you out. Still no brotherhood. Tempting him, saying, verse 36, Master, which is the greatest commandment in the law? So this is the lawyer asking Christ, you know what I'm saying, what is the greatest commandment of the law? And any Christian, you know what I'm saying, they try and fail miserably to say, oh man, Jesus wrote his own commandments. You know what I'm saying? He got his own law. The law was done away with. But then just right here, why is the lawyer asking what's the most important of the law? And let's see what he said, what Christ said. Verse 37. Jesus said unto him, thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy mind. That's the first and foremost. You know what I'm saying? What's the love of God? It's just saying bless you when somebody sneezes. Is that being polite? Not cussing nobody out? Going to work every day, being a good old boy, being a good, nice old slave. Yes, boss. Is that being loving the Lord? Because that's what Christians want to tell me and tell my people. Oh, I tithe. You know what I'm saying? I do charity work. You know what I'm saying? I give alms. Like my brother, what do y'all do with y'all's alms? Very Christian thing to say. Huh? Or I go to church every Sunday. Is that loving the Lord? Or is that just lip service? Is it loving the Lord or just lip service? But we're going to get to that. I'm going to hold that one. Well, let's keep on going. Verse 38. This is the first and greatest commandment. So that's the first. Now, verse 39. The second is unto it. The second is like unto it. So he's saying it's similar to it. You know what I'm saying? If you do this right here, you know what I'm saying? Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. Love your neighbor as thyself. That you got to ask yourself that question. Do I love thyself? Do I love myself? I got to ask myself that question every day when I wake up. Look at myself in the mirror, and I got to accept that person who I'm looking back at. Because if I don't like that person who I'm looking back at, then how can I love my neighbor? How can I love my brother or my sister? How can I say that I love the Lord if I don't love my brother and sister? It's a double-edged sword. It goes both ways. It swings both ways. I can't have one without the other. You can't have milk without the cookies, ham without the burger, Kool-Aid without sugar. It goes together. But the Christian church, what do they say? Come as you are. We don't care. You can be on crack and smoke weed, you're alcoholic. No. Because if you're smoking crack, weed, or alcoholic, there's something in you that you don't like, that you're running away from. And all they're saying, for you to come, so we accept your lifestyle and your dollars. There ain't a dollar too bad for the Lord. That's what they saying. Here in the ISUPK, we'll put you in a program so you can work it out. So you can get the proper counseling and talk to people about the pain behind the drug use, the pain behind the alcoholism. Because there's always slack. Slack, of course. Yeah, come. I thought I was full screen. Let me see. Remove visual effects. No, I don't know. Yeah, no, I already I had the stage. Slacky. Oh man, so lucky about that. I've been little faced the whole time talking. I hope everything looks better for you. You know what I'm saying? Full screen. I'll get the hang of it. You know what I'm saying? It's been a while, a very long while. Oh, where was I at? Uh, but yeah, the Christian church, they try to tell you to come as you are, but they really don't want you to come as you are. They want you to conform and just like white supremacy. You know what I'm saying? It's a take over and conquer mind state. You know what I'm saying? Every Christian church, you know what I'm saying, if they believed in brotherhood, why is there so many? Even they be fighting for members. No, come over here, brother. We got this fish fry. Well, that's the only time they do fish fries is if they trying to get money for the Cadillac fund. They need some gas that week or something. You know what I'm saying? They don't ever do anything Salakia. You know what I'm saying? Sincerely. And don't get me wrong, you might have a group, a handful, one or two or threes. If it's 100 people, there's probably about five that's really committed. They got the zeal of the Lord, but they don't got it from knowledge. They want to do right. The spirit's on them, but they don't. They just need guidance to the right place. They need to put their efforts and energy into another place because it's like running on a treadmill. You know what I'm saying? You'll run and run and run and run and run and run. It's like they got the little picture rolling beside you. So you think you actually going somewhere and doing something. But all you're doing is tiring yourself out. Then you'll get fed up. Then you'll end up just doing away with the church altogether. Like when COVID hit, what was it, 2019 all the way up to 2023, the Christian church, hey, its knees buckled. The knees buckled because of all them prayers that they was praying to save them from COVID. You know what I'm saying? We was over here praying for destruction to the Christian church. So whose God do you serve? I know, you know what I'm saying? My God wants the destruction of this place. He wants the destruction of Babylon the Great, destruction of Russia, of China, Germany, France, all these places that oppress our people. All these places. They want to bring, we want to bring the third nuclear war that's prophesied in the Bible. The third war. To save our people, and that's brotherhood. Not to save America. Not so you can get a raise and tap dance for another $100,000 or $1 million and shuck and jive, and not do nothing for your brothers and sisters that's in the ghettos and barrios, that's starving, the ones that's locked up in cages in Alcatraz and alligator Alcatraz. For a country that wants to kidnap regimes and regime changes just for oil and gold. They done dealt wisely with you. So now you'll do what the oppressor wants. They dealt wisely with us and putting drugs in our community, further breaking up the neighborhood because our gates languished. The Christian church wasn't teaching us who the enemy was, who our oppressor was. Back in the 60s, the oppressor was dead in their face, hitting them with water hoses, sicking dogs on them, shooting random shots, killing our brothers in Chicago. And we still want to overcome and hand in hand with these oppressors. Our situation hasn't changed in 100 years. Well, no, I'd say about 80, 70 years. Hasn't changed. We're in the same mental oppressive state as in the 60s, the 50s. Because of this reason. Because we lost the brotherhood for each other. Because what did Martin Luther King do? He sold out his brotherhood to the oppressor. He wanted to be Orgy Mike. Not Magic Mike. He wanted to be Orgy Mike. He wanted to be some oppressor's nigga tonight. That's what he sold your brotherhood out for. He sold your love for you out to the oppressor. Malcolm did the same thing. He sold his love out for the Arab man, for the Arab man's religion. And anybody that follows Islam, you know what I'm saying? They're selling their brotherhood and sisterhood out to another nation of people, going back to dealing wisely with us. They gave you this avenues of freedom so you can pick and choose what you want to do, but to do everything but what the Lord said. And that's love him with all his heart, with all your heart and all your mind. And to love your brother as yourself. Where was I at? Verse 37. Jesus said to him, thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart and all thy soul and all thy mind. Verse 38. This is the first and the greatest commandment. Verse 39. And the second is like unto it. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. Verse 40. On these two commandments hang all the law and the prophets. If we can learn how to just focus on that, we'll cover everything of the law, all our moral codes, everything. If you love your brother or as yourself, you ain't going to sleep with your brother's wife. You're not going to covet your neighbor. You're not going to steal from him. Not gonna go over there and kill his animals, you know what I'm saying, or destroy his property and try to hide your hand. You won't. Because you care about the well-being of these people that live next to you. And speaking as in our community, if we had Black communities, if we had Rosewood, Williamson, you know what I'm saying, the old Nashville, Black Bottom, you know what I'm saying, if we had Greenwood, if we had Tulsa, Oklahoma, and a slew of other cities that we had that was our own, that our oppressor came in either Lake Lanier and drowned it out. Percy Priest flooded it because the Corps engineer wanted to make a power source. North Nashville, where they wanted to create interstates to run through it. They took your community, put drugs in it, and they said, hey, just watch. It's like watching rats in a cage. Go ahead and throw a little bit of food in it. We'll take the jobs out. We'll make it so they can't sustain on themselves, that they'll have to depend on us. So we'll move all the jobs out and we'll put dope in. Watch. Just sit back and watch. Oh no, put a church right there on that corner. Put a church over there on this street. Put a church over there on that street. You know what I'm saying? Let the so-called goodies go to church while the thugs thug it out and kill each other. And let them turn their back on the ones that didn't really need help. Because they're starving. No, it'll separate. Watch. That's how our oppressor thinks. He thinks down on us. And we have adopted his ideology, so we think down on ourselves. So what we need to do is find ourselves in these scriptures. That's all we got to do. Find a school near you, isupk.com. Go sit in the class. Ask your questions. Raise your hands. Be present with a purpose. You know what I'm saying? You want to drop that? Get all the way down. Yeah. Let's go ahead and move on. Let's go to Ecclesiastes 7:25. Let's see, Ecclesiastes. The one thing you gotta stop the routine that, like, especially if you know what I'm saying, you in the world or you fresh in the truth and you trying to hide from whoever's over you. One thing you can't do is hide from the Lord. The Lord's gonna see everything and it's gonna set yourself up to fail. You know what I'm saying? Slowly but surely, it's gonna set yourself up to fail. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna set yourself up to a stumbling block. You're gonna set yourself up to an accident or incident. You know what I'm saying? And your life is gonna turn 10 times harder than it should be through lack of disobedience, through lack of brotherhood. Because if you lie to your brother, you don't love your brother. If you hiding something from your brother, you don't love your brother. Don't let your insecurities stop you from where you need to go. Don't do it. You know what I'm saying? Confide in the generals, man. We have counsel for a reason. That's them. That's the ISUBK showing brotherhood. It's showing brotherhood. Because we'll talk brotherhood up and down the walls, left and right. You know what I'm saying? Show you in the scriptures about brotherhood and how strong the brotherhood and how powerful brotherhood is. But just like Christ said, you have to put new wine in flats. Because if you put old new wine in old flats, it's gonna burst. It won't be able to hold the transformation that you're trying to go through. It won't hold it. All that anguish and and anger and self-resentment and revenge. If you put it in new vats, it's gonna ruin the vat. It's gonna ruin the bill. It's gonna ruin that bill. Because once you pour that out and try to put some new wine in that bill that's fairly new, it's gonna put a sour taste in it. You won't be able to get that sour taste out. Oh, I'm supposed to be brand new. I'm supposed to be washed with fire. But you got 1 foot out, 1 foot in. You're only showing half. You you doing the overlay with the underplay. There's something still squirmish and skinny in your movements. So, it's a lot. Let's go to Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 25. Hold on. Let's go up to 22. This is the book of Ecclesiastes, verse 22. Chapter 7, verse 22. For oftentimes also thine own heart knoweth that thou thyself likewise hast cursed others. And we all have cursed others. You know what I'm saying? Hope bad for others, especially outside of this truth. You know what I'm saying? In the world, it's like, if a person's doing better, you got somebody that want to be envious towards another brother. You know what I'm saying? Just because he's good at sports or he pretty or she pretty, or he think he all that. You know what I'm saying? Man, I hope he break his leg, this and that and that. That we all has done this. You know what I'm saying? We all curse others. You know what I'm saying? And you got to come in into an environment where you don't see people do that. That is null and void. It no longer exists. You know what I'm saying? That if it do exist, these people are trying to get help for that spirit that's on them. You know what I'm saying? That spirit of hatred, that spirit of envy. You know what I'm saying? Because those are all the things that go on in Christian church and in the streets. You know what I'm saying? We curse them whenever the church, you know what I'm saying, they see the big hats, the UFO hat ladies that's in the front row. They bicker back and forth and argue, and they in some places they sleeping with other people's husbands and husbands sleeping with other people's wives. You know what I'm saying? They flip flop, and it's almost like it's a swinger club. The daytime, when the swing club ends at night, it turns into church the next morning. They backbiting, gossiping, the whole 9 yards. Verse 23. All this have I proved by wisdom. Wisdom. I said, I will be wise, but it was far from me. But in our heart, we want to be wise. In our minds, we look to be wise. We want to be, well, myself, I wanted to be the wise. I hope that everybody wished to have wisdom, that they don't want to go out there and do the same things and gang bang and sell drugs to their brothers and sisters and try put they sisters out on the track, making whores out of their sisters, they daughters of other people's daughters. You got to watch now, other people's sons. Good night. Go to Atlanta, San Francisco, Miami. What was that one spot? Orlando, New York. They used to have clubs exclusively, broad clubs, just for that. Dress up like a woman, a man dressing up like a woman dressing up like a man, and selling their body. But they thought they was wise. This society that we live in can screw our thoughts and thinking that wickedness is righteousness. It's crazy. They want to blame our kids for growing up in the condition that they laid out for us, then get mad at us for growing up the way that they planned. See, I told you. Look at it. Got you doubting yourself. Verse 24. That which is far off and exceedingly deep, who can find it out? Who can find it out? It's far off and exceedingly deep. I have to reach down deep. You know what I'm saying? I have to go down to the beginning of the problem, the issue. You can't just skim off the surface level. You just can't skim all the froth. Like if you go to the ocean, that foam that's on the ocean, you just can't skim that off, because there's still problems that lie up underneath that water, that's deep in that water. There might be stonefish. There might be sea serpents. There might be octopus or shark. Something more treacherous that you have to get deep. You have to go within to find these problems. This is all tying back to loving thyself. Because you got to cleanse yourself. You got to climb out of that hole, out of that deep. Verse 25. I applied my heart to know and to search and to seek out wisdom. And that's what you have to do. You have to apply yourself. You know what I'm saying? Nobody else can apply it for you. Somebody can offer advice, but it's up to you to apply it. No matter what you're going through, if you want to change the situation, you will have to apply yourself and search. Verse 25, I applied mine heart. I applied my mind. I was focused. I gave it my undivided attention. I didn't look to the left. I didn't look to the right. I kept my head straight. Because it takes 1 degree. We say, wide is the gate to destruction. So I'm going to have to stay focused. Go down that narrow path. Go do some things or try something that's out of the ordinary, that's uncomfortable. I have to apply myself and focus. to search and to seek out wisdom and the reasons of things, and to know the wickedness of folly. Because if I don't understand the wickedness that's behind the folly, behind going to church, behind hating my brother or my sister for material value or clothing, I'll still be stuck in the deep. I'll still be stuck in the deep. Because then the Lord won't allow me to understand the wisdom. It won't make sense to me. Oh man, you just talking again, man. There you go with that Bible talk. Oh, you holier than thou, ain't you? Oh man, what the old brother at, man? I miss him. Where he at? That brother over there was trying to kill people. My old self was trying to kill himself. My old self was a drug addict, drunkard, whoremonger, violent. Let that brother stay over there. Because this brother climbed out the deep. Because I wanted to love me so I could love others, so I could help my brothers, my sisters. Brotherhood. Like I say, kingdom of heaven starts within. The kingdom of heaven starts within you. Every thought, every action, every reaction. You'll never find peace if you don't have peace within you. It ain't no magic trick. It rides up and down. It's like a wave. Because once you find yourself out of the deep, hey, you surfing now. You swimming. You know what I'm saying? You gaining momentum. It's whenever you stagnant minded, you'll sink. Even of foolishness and madness. You know what I'm saying? Even the foolishness of the world. And you'll look at somebody that's like, man, why you keep doing this to itself? It's madness. But then once you come to that realization, excuse me if I butchered that word, salaki. You know what I'm saying? You'll understand and you'll see the method of the madness. That's how I kept falling. Because I was being selfish. I was letting lust of all kind of things get in the way of me healing, so I can be the brother that I'm supposed to be to other brothers, to be that superhero to save the next brother. First, before you can be a hero to anybody else, you have to save yourself. Mentally, spiritually. Don't run from it. Face it. Whatever situation that you're going through, face it. Because you got to first learn what? You got to learn to be a brother to yourself. You got to learn to be a sister to yourself. Love you. One thing I always say, I was like, if I can't help myself, how am I going to help others? But for me to be able to help myself, I have to get counseling from others. So therefore, I have to subject myself to something greater than myself, to be selfless. I don't know everything. These demons that run rampant in our minds. Man, I don't need no help. Oh, man, I got this. I got this. I can do it. No, but with brotherhood is we can do it. Slakia Adawan, could you could I talk to you about this? I'm going through this right now. And that breath of wisdom that comes from whoever's over you, you know what I'm saying? It could lead you in the right direction. It might not give you the answer to the problem, but it'll put you in a step closer or in the right direction to find out the answer to the problem. Everybody want to focus on everything around the problem instead of the problem. Letting emotion get in the way. Or he did this. Well, don't worry about him. That's where you got to understand the what did it say? You got to seek out wisdom and the reason of things, and to know the wickedness of folly. Well, if he did that, well, let him do that. What he did was wicked. He was trying to get you off course of where you need to be. You understand? Let's see. Let's see. Let's go to Proverbs chapter 24, verse 6. 20, let me see, 24 and 6. Yeah, 24, verse 6. The book of Proverbs, chapter 24, verse 6. For by wise counsel thou shalt make thy war. You know what I'm saying? Through wise counsel. Like if we was going to war right now, you know what I'm saying? We would speak to the generals. The generals would speak with the captains would speak with the officers, you know what I'm saying? They would get counsel and they would get reports from the bottom going up on who's able to do what, who's capable of doing what their strong suit, what their tasks are. You know what I'm saying? What abilities are they able to do in war? And dealing with yourself, it's the same way. You would have to have counsel on how to handle certain problems. What's ailing you? You know what I'm saying? What's stopping you from doing this? Okay, well, this going on right here. Hey, have you tried this? Oh, you're feeling this way. Well, what makes you feel that way? What is your your stressor? What makes you angry? What leads you into this to feel this way? And once you figure that out, you know what I'm saying, to have counsel on that, you might have one counsel, you might have 1,000 counsel. You might not you might not grasp the concept of something that's so simple to look within yourself instead of outside. Because that's one thing that Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans have. They want to look outside of themselves for the reason. I only reacted this way because of this. Well, okay, then you'll keep remain reacting that way because of this, because you haven't accepted the responsibility. Because that's all the Lord wants you to do is be accountable. Praise him, love him with all your heart, mind, and soul, and love thy brother as thyself. And what we want to work on is ourself. Because once we start loving ourselves, it's like a switch. It's a light switch. Hey, brother, what's going on? Islam Lord Christ. What's up, sister? Yashma Hashem Yasha. Like, oh man, what got on him today? Okay, all right, we can work with that. We can vibe with that. It's peace. Because once you find peace, not too much stuff can knock you off of that. All you can do is spread it. Help spread it. Go to war with your demons. Help other brothers and sisters go to war with their demons. Then lock arm in arm and hey, he ain't by himself, she ain't by herself. We going to war with these demons. All these spirits and principalities. Once we lock in, we're a unit. Just keep going. For by wise counsel thou shalt make thy war, and in multitudes of counsels there is safety. In multitudes of counsels. Because we only get counsels from brothers and sisters, brothers in the ISUPK, the generals, the captains, 5,000s. You might even get counsel from 1,000. You might get counsel from a 50. You might even get counsel from a trooper. Because we are all one body. We all locked in. This trooper might have had 100 counsels from a general or from a 5,000, you know what I'm saying, or from a captain. So his mind state is slowly changing. He's reversing whatever ailments or whatever problem that he's facing. So counsels. I've had counsels. Other brothers had counsels. Now we're locking in. We're one body, one mind, one spirit, one doctrine, one baptism. And in these walls, there's safety through brotherhood. Because we love our neighbor, our brother, Blacks, Hispanic, and Native American Indians, or Salakia, excuse me, Black and indigenous, and whatever, indigenous, American Indians, or Native Americans. We locked in. We're about to have the Passover coming up April 5th in Houston, Texas. You know what I'm saying? Oh, what's the address? I know it's Player Street, but it's in Houston, Texas coming up. Where all our brothers from all over the world that's going to come in and indulge in one place. Nothing but brotherhood, sisterhood. The kids running around having fun, you know what I'm saying, with the lamb, with the bitter herbs, with the Salakia, unleavened bread. It's gonna be a beautiful thing. You know what I'm saying? So if you're in the Houston area during that time, you know what I'm saying, we got a whole week of events set up from from Wednesday all the way to Sunday. And just reach out to the Houston school, ISUPK Houston. You know what I'm saying? Reach out to any school and you'll get the information. ISUPK.com. Under Commander General Yohana. It's the 57th, if I'm not mistaken, 57th annual Passover. 57th. So for 57 years that this truth been being broadcast into the world. And you think that these brothers and sisters, that the ADL got us top of the list of Israelite groups in America or in the world. It ain't saying nothing, but if our oppressors know who we are, our people surely need to know who we are. You understand? Um, let's go to drop that. Let's go to Ecclesiastes 4. Let's go back over to here. Verse 9 through 14. The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 4, verse 9. Two are better than one because they have a good reward for their labor. So if we're working together, you know what I'm saying? And if I'm working by myself, you know what I'm saying, I can only get so much done by myself. But if I have a brother with me, you know what I'm saying, that's helping me work, I got a sister doing the paperwork, which is saying just two, but I just added that extra. But usually in today's time, if I got somebody doing the paperwork, if we're getting told where to go to work, us two go do the work, we get the work done faster. That means more money. We'll have a better profit, a better yield. Two are better than one because they have a good reward for their labor. Verse 10, for if they fall, the one will lift up his fellow. Of course, I'll lift up my brother up. If he's going through a hardship, brotherhood's a weapon. I'll help my brother up. I'll even lift him up higher than I am, so he could succeed, to put him in a position. Right? But woe to him that is alone when he falleth, for he hath not another to help him up. And that's the situation I told you about myself. I got in a situation where I thought that I didn't need anybody. That was that demon sitting on my shoulders, like, oh man, forget that. You don't need that. You can do it all by yourself. You can do it. You was by yourself when you came here. What's the cliche? Man, you came in the world by yourself, you're gonna die by yourself. That's what the world wants you to think. That's what's cool in the world. But once you find your brothers and sisters in this truth, it's you no longer in the world. You don't go by the things that the world say, because the world leads you to death, destruction. You're determined to destroy yourself because you don't have any self-worth for yourself other than what the world seems worthy. Whatever the value in the world is not the same value in the truth. Because in the truth, we take this lump of dirt and steel, this mixed up material. We refine it down, get all the impurities out of it. All you have to do is seek the counsel. All you have to do is be willing. That's all you have to do. All you have to do is make yourself available. How much does that cost? Most important, don't make any excuses. It's okay. You might have a reason this time, but if that reason pop up 15 different other times, making excuses. You might need to take counsel. Try to find out the reason why this keeps reoccurring over and over and over. There might be a problem there. The excuse might be the bulge disc that you need the doctor to see. Because that's a symptom. It quits being an excuse, but it's a symptom of sickness. And how you gonna find out that you're sick if you don't be around your brothers who's had this counsel, these counselors? that you're not making yourself available for. You make an excuse why you can't do that, or why you can't do this, or, oh man, I ain't have no ride. There's brothers with cars. Your refusal is denying brotherhood. Your excuses is denying the brotherhood. And it's not just us that's seeing you, or the people that are around you that see you. Because once you make a change for the good, for the better, you know what I'm saying, the people around you will notice that. But when you start making a change for the bad, the people around you are going to notice that. I circle myself around like-minded brothers. So whenever they see me falling down or acting out of the ordinary, they can pull me to the side and see if I'm okay. And me being a brother, if there's something going on, I ain't going to hide it from them. I ain't going to try to make an excuse for this or excuse for that. I'm going to be straightforward because they was asked, or I was asked a direct question. I owe that to my brother. I owe that to my father, to my mother, to my sister. If I ask for a drink, I'm going to get them a whole bottle of water, not just here, a tank. So they can keep begging me for some water. Hold on. Verse 11. Again, if two lie together, then they have heat. But how can one be warm alone? Verse 12. And if one prevails against him, two shall withstand him. And a threefold cord is not quickly broken. So that's still saying the same thing. If there's two, but if there's three or three cord, you can't break that cord. What Christ do when he whipped the money changers out of the temple? He took three cords. he remembered Ecclesiastes. Hey, he said take three cords. It ain't gonna break. You hook arms or you join yourself with your brothers. This bond ain't gonna break. We're not gonna go hungry. We're not gonna be cold because we're gonna form like Voltron. You know what I'm saying? Brotherhood is a weapon. And that's something that the church has destroyed in our neighborhoods because it's all about how much money you got. It's all about what kind of car you got in church. In church. All what kind of shoes you got on. If you got your Maury Gators, if you got your what also Hakallah, he always call it now let it steppers. You know what I'm saying? How big your house is, what kind of clothes you got, man, who's gonna throw the biggest Christmas party? Don't it sound familiar with the streets? How much money you got, Pastor? How much money you got in the streets? What kind of car you drive? In the church, what kind of car you drive? How many whores have you slept with in the church? How many whores have you slept with from the church? From the church. It's the same thing. Trying to do the same thing, nothing, serving the same devil, our oppressor. If you're selling dope or collecting plate, it's all for the oppressor. With that yoke, around your mind. They teach us to be docile slaves in the church. Out in the streets, they teach you to be rebellious slaves. But then you get that yoke of iron around your neck, go to jail or go to prison. Now you want to put that spiritual yoke around your head. How much sense does that make? You want to go to prison, and now you want to be Muslim. Now you want to be a Christian. Now you want to go take your little test and send it off so you can get. Now you're a pastor, ordained minister by mail. You know what I'm saying? It's a revolving door because now you're gonna come out the church, come out of prison, go to the church, learn how to scam your people out of their Social Security and life, all their money, they pension, destroying more Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans, destroying the Brotherhood. It doesn't say love thyself as thyself, because that's all I see. When I'm out there, people are more worried about themselves than anything else. I ain't got time for that. 2 hours. Oh God, I can't. I ain't got time for that. Oh man, how they gonna look at me? I'm too fresh for that. I can't wear one of them head scarves or them garments. They look like Power Rangers. I'll be persecuted for Christ's sake. Make fun of me, I don't care. But you hate it when somebody make fun of your situation when you can't afford lights. You don't want nobody talking about that. Nobody in the world want to talk about when you ain't got no gas money, when your car break down. You don't want nobody to make fun of that, but you'll make fun of the men of the Lord showing no brotherhood whatsoever for those that's helping the community, that's breaking chains, all yokes, spiritual yokes. We got a prison program. We breaking chains, everything in the ISUPK under the Commander Junior High. Join the fight. Everybody want to be a revolutionary until it's time to be a revolutionary. Keyboard warrior. They over here, they throwing up 50,000 verses and they want to, John the Baptist in the truth. They want to do, can white people be saved? Can the oppressor be saved? You know, alternative lifestyle and all this and that. God loves everybody. But they don't want to put no bricks in nowhere. They don't even want to put a brick in doing the wrong stuff. It's all lip service. Everything counts. Hmm. Hmm. Let's keep going. Let's run into that. Hmm. Verse 13. Better is a poor and a wise child than a old and foolish king who will no more be admonished. You know what I'm saying? Because they starting to find out that these churches is closing. They had more, like I said earlier, they had more people leave the church. They turned our women was moving to witchcraft and everything during COVID because all their prayers was, and they couldn't burn enough sage to stop COVID. You know what I'm saying? Hey, they burning sage like a forest fire, like a California forest fire, and it didn't stop COVID. You know what I'm saying? They still got venereal diseases and all VD and morning after pills. What about that sickness? Now all you see is twerking and everything everywhere. It's a pandemic. Worse than COVID. Because still number one in abortion. Black Hispanic Native Americans still the highest in STDs. Still highest in heart disease, alcoholism. I understand that we're in oppression, but when can we institute control, some type of control, some type of discipline? When can we see within ourselves that we have a problem, that we're sick? We've been misdiagnosed by these spiritual doctors called pastors, imams, what rabbis for 60, 100, 150 years, 200 years. The old folks want to say that it's the young folks fault, but I blame everything on our elders. And if I don't change, I'll blame it on me. Thank the Most High that I did change. I found the ISUPK, and I was like, them cats seem serious. I think I can fit in there. They talk about the history, they talk about the Bible, then they explain how the history and Bible coexist, and it's the same, and they proved it. So I guess he did make Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, Peter, all them fishermen, man, Simon. Fishermen from way back 2,000 years ago, 2,000 plus years ago. Because I was man enough to look at myself and give me the opportunity to love myself, so I could have the opportunity to love my brothers and sisters that don't love themselves, that need to learn how to love themselves, that need to experience true brotherhood, that won't be a fair weather friend, that can turn it on and off like a switch. We're not like Christians, you know what I'm saying, that just say they love God, but don't love their brother. Wouldn't even give them a wooden nickel. You know what I'm saying? If they had a brother that was hungry on the street, wouldn't give him a wooden nickel. At least buy him a drink, you know what I'm saying? Buy him a shot, something so he can soothe that pain. When he give him money, you know what I'm saying? See a brother on the street, wouldn't give him $5 because he's nobody. You know what I'm saying? Oppression make a wise man mad, man. It's just it pains me sometimes to see this. It pains me. There was an old lady, older lady up the street, just sitting there begging. It hurt, and I didn't have nothing to give her. You know what I'm saying? Nothing. That hurts. So that tells me there's more work to be done on this earth. So I'm not going to be selfish. I'm going to do what I can when I can. If it's going to camp, if it's going to a food drive, if it's going to a clothes drive, you know what I'm saying? If it's doing work in the school, You know what I'm saying? Something that we can save some money so we can put that money somewhere else to help somebody else. You know what I'm saying? That's my part. That's my part. That's my brick. And we're going to keep building the nation of Israel one brick at a time. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you're the greatest people on the face of the earth, and nobody can tell you any different. Any different. Tell me who has the spirit of a warrior enough to go against guns with bows and arrows on horseback. Tell me who's strong enough to fight against the United States for 100+ years as the Seminole Indians, so-called Seminole Indians, the 5 civilized tribes. Who's have endured so much in this land, from chattel slavery to relocation to gentrification to Jim Crow to Trail of Tears, Underground Railroad, the Battle of the Alamo, ICE. We still enduring to the end. And you know what? We wake up every day, put a smile on our face, even though that it hurts. Because you can't break us. Can't break us. Man, but anyway, my time's almost up. You know what I'm saying? That's all I got tonight. You know what I'm saying? Let me see what we got coming up. The next feast coming up, we got the Feast Purim that's going down March 2nd from let me see, from March 2nd to the 3rd, Monday and Tuesday. You can find it in the book of Esther, chapter 9, verse 21 through 20 through 31. You know what I'm saying? That's the Feast of Purim. You know what I'm saying? Don't let them what the oppressor do? They do ash or something like that. Oh, is that the same time? I may be wrong. Don't quote me on that. You know what I'm saying? But my name is Officer Parak Gabar. This is the ISUPK Nashville School, located at 1911 DB Todd Boulevard in North Nashville, Tennessee, right behind Ed's Fish. You know what I'm saying? We teach Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans that they are the true biblical Israelites of the Bible. You know what I'm saying? The greatest people on the face of the earth. You know what I'm saying? And that's about it, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad that y'all tuned in, or that, and hopefully that y'all learned something today. But that's my time. Shalom.